Good afternoon and welcome in once again to another Titan Talk. I don't know why this always happens.
Surprise!
It's always Manny over
We started
there.
early.
Always.
I mean, not really early. But
We
kind of
didn't.
early.
We technically, the timer was on a little bit longer than it should have been, and we're like, yeah, we should go live at 1. So here we are. Kilgoon joining me once again, though, to have a little Titan Talk with you all today. Go over a couple of things and basically answer questions from you guys as well at home. Updates, I guess, is the first thing, Kilgoon. Anything over the last couple of days from your point of view?
We released some more hotfixes, kind of continuing to clean up some issues that were lingering from this update.
Yep.
And kind of, we're very focused on the next update as well internally. So a lot of my brain power has been going towards what's next. But yeah, I think things are moving along, I would say.
I think that's part of it as well. It's like once we drop an update, we're already like looking ahead to the next one, trying to make sure things are prepared or trying to get things ready. Especially when we talk to the community too and go, we're looking at these things coming down, so we're trying to achieve those at the same time sometimes. Just to quickly recap some of those bug fixes that Kilgoon just mentioned.
I'm more quiet than usual. I need to get closer to the mic, probably.
You're quiet?
Yeah, I probably just need to go like this.
Boost. Okay. A couple of gamepad players had to double tap quickly. We fixed some of the issues regarding to that. Some trackers showing his item name on God loadouts. Fix some issues with the text on Slaughterhouse Chak I have down here. Also, fixes going out regarding some invisibility issues what's happened with Aspect Loki. Was giving some invisibility to people that shouldn't. And also the other thing that's not a bug fix, it's more of just an update. Osiris Aspect is now live in game.
Yeah, go try out Osiris Aspect. See what you think. See if you manage to feed as much as I do while trying to play Osiris Aspect and have my brain be broken by I can't leap.
Again, like for the players that are going to run into that today, be aware that he's less mobile than before because I was scared of engaging with him in some playtests when we first tried him out because I wasn't used to the fact that he can't escape in a weird way. I was expecting him to just go, okay, if I go on him, he's going to jump over the wall and get away. And then realizing, wait, you're trapped in here with me. This is great. So, yeah, just make sure you play around with that a little bit more.
Yep. Sweet. Yeah, I would say, like, if you continue to see any issues from this update, please do let us know.
Yes,
we are working through stuff. I think we've got most of the things that were major issues addressed at this point in time. I'm not aware of anything else that's, like, a big thing that is still outstanding.
Until chat tells us.
There might be something, but I think that we've worked through a lot of the issues. Again, apologies that it was a bit of a rough patch day. Most of the stuff got fixed in the first day, and then there were a few things that were a little bit lingering. So
now, obviously, as this is the Titan Talk on a Friday, just after the update, we don't have a ton of things to go through today because most of that will be talked about next week.
Yeah, next week will be busier. We'll be going over, the full update preview stuff on Wednesday of next week. We'll do balance on Friday of next week. Maybe we'll have some teasers on Monday, leading into some of the stuff we're going to be putting in the patch because there's some interesting things, including the new Conquest gameplay feature. Assuming that all comes together here in the last few days. I think it's pretty close though. So.
Yeah, I think it's getting there as we mentioned before, but hopefully we can talk about that a little bit more sooner rather than later.
Yep.
So do we have any questions in chat, first of all, today? Actually, before I forget, I should just bring this up. We are doing, small drum roll, the art community kind of reached out to me. Obviously, I'm taking over more of the community angles now. And some of the people in the art community really reached out asking, do we do any sort of competitions anymore? Well, we thought, you know what? We should. So if you go in game right now, you will be able to see. I'm just going to try and show this. I'm going to hide our cameras real quick so you can see this because I didn't do a good job. But as you can see, Halloween Art Contest is live right now. You can click on the link there and it will take you over to a form that you can fill in. Basically, its top prize is 5,000 diamonds for the winner, all focused around Halloween. Click the link. You'll be able to also get a chance to vote in the future on that artwork too that's going in the game. Sorry, not going in the game. Vote on that artwork too, and we will showcase the submissions on October 31st and have Ben on the show. All being well.
So I think that part of the reward is definitely like, Ben and us are going to show off what you've done on the show and talk about it. And one thing that is important to call out though is that we will not be selecting the winners. Is that correct? It is
the community is going to work on that for us. The art community is a fantastic community, as we all know, in the world of Smite, and they're passionate about it. There is going to be a voting option for the community in general. You'll see the opportunity in game to vote live. a few days before October 31st. That's why submission closed on the 24th. And they will tell us who's winning on the top 5, and we'll showcase those top 5 and let everybody know who's winning and showcase it on the show.
Yeah, 2 weeks to make a little SMITE fan art, and we look forward to seeing what you cook up and sharing.
Yeah. For those interested.
Somebody in chat says, I can't draw, but that's cool. And I'm like, I also cannot draw. And my dad is literally an artist.
Yeah.
And I just did not get that genetic ability to make things look good. My wife is she's not a great artist, but like we're trying to do stuff with the little kids, and she's like, look, I made this like turtle out of Play-Doh that looks incredibly realistic, and mine's just like, here are some blobs stuck together.
Yeah.
Like,
art is my passion. I'm not creative in that sense.
No, it's so cool though. I wish I was good at it, and like I've tried. It's like some people, they're like, I wish I was good at art, but I'm not going to try at all. I've like sat down. I spent a lot of time as a kid trying to learn how to draw because my dad is an artist, I said, and it just never clicked. Like my brain doesn't see things in that way. I don't know.
I get that.
Wish I could do it though.
Definitely get that. So just a small little thing for the artist community.
If you have ballot suggestions, is there a way to politely send them to us? I would say, we generally speaking, like if we see a post on Reddit that gets a little bit of traction, we look at almost every post on Reddit, at least like give it a glance.
Yeah.
If you submit it as a bug report, it's not technically a bug, but somebody will look at it. I will say everybody has a balanced opinion.
Correct.
And we aren't going to listen to all of them. So we're happy to read your thoughts and think about how they might impact the game, and if we do want to take some of them or don't take some of them. But submitting balanced suggestions is a little bit different than submitting, here's an issue, because it can often be subjective based on your experience of playing against a thing or with a thing, instead of more objective with, we know this item is overpowered in certain situations or whatnot. So we'll definitely take the feedback, but it's just not always going to get implemented. Do you have to be a part of the art community to vote? I believe it's just going to be open to.
I believe so. You should be able to vote without having to be part of the art community. I will double check that. But basically, click on the form and you'll actually see the form. It'll give you a Discord link to take you to the art community. And I guess you might have to go there to at least see the artwork to make the vote there. But I don't believe you have to. When you say be a member of, I don't think you have to stay in the Discord or something like that too. So, but it is open to everybody to partake in, and hopefully we see some really cool artwork.
A couple questions about quick play. They were supposed to be for kind of experimental trials. But it's been stuck with the same mechanics for a while. And also quick play assault win, a lot of our game design focus after we got in the initial quick play stuff has been kind of shifted back towards Conquest, because we feel like there were just some flow issues with Conquest as a mode. Already made quite a few improvements, which I think as a Conquest player, you would probably agree that it's gotten better from where it was when we started working on it. But we've been working on kind of this bigger Conquest gameplay feature, and that's taken a lot of our level design resources. We'll probably continue to experiment things with quick play. I think it's largely hitting the goal of what we wanted it to do. It's achieving getting players to give SMITE more of a chance in their first few days and play the game more and stick around longer. I think there's always room to do it better, but I think that I don't have any immediate like experiments on my brain where I'm like, what we need to do in quick play is we need to try doing this. I do have a lot of other like UI experiments and whatnot I want to run.
I think it's a bit more of a seesaw as well, of like, when I say seesaw, imagine like we're working on new play focus, but then we're going to switch our attention to a different area, which at the moment, as we've mentioned, is kind of Conquest. And don't be surprised if we do go back and revisit some of the early, the new player experience, and then come back towards some other areas of the game too. Obviously with a team, they're always working, but our focus is always going to change and to the areas that we can. And sometimes I think we even saw that with the quick play stuff. A lot of the community was like, you're focusing on new players. Well, now we're kind of focusing again a little bit more on the experience of the current players. And then we'll probably will go back to some of the new player stuff as well.
Did we say when we're showing ESET Monday or Wednesday? It should be on Wednesday.
Okay.
Can we talk a little bit about further changes to the God Select UI you guys are planning? There are some things that it does worse than the previous layout. I think that some things that we are planning still is moving the pix bands and the pick order widget. It's kind of in the wrong place, I think, and a little bit too big, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that there's some things that we want to add a option to allow you to start with the gods list expanded.
Yeah, rather than smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. We think that having it smaller is the correct move for most players at the start, so it'll continue to be the default, but we do want to give people the option to have it bigger. What else? There's a few like console controller flow things that are a little bit awkward still. I don't know why the aspect is not opaque. That's something that needs to change till it's like transparent. I'm not sure why it's transparent. Yeah. There's a lot of like kind of little cleanup things. By and large, I think we feel pretty good about how it's cleaning up. If there are other major issues that people see or feel about, please let us know.
Yeah, again, I think when we first implemented that, we knew it wasn't going to be perfect from the outset, and we were going to continue to iterate. And we kind of mentioned that. And I think that's what kind of happens sometimes is everyone wants us to get this product out, get it out as quick as possible and do it. We do it, and we're like, listen, it's not fully finished yet. We are going to continue to work on it, but everyone expects it both at the same time. So
yeah, it's I think like it's part of understanding what state the game is in, right? We are in beta. We are acting like we are in beta. We are shipping things earlier than most other games would ship them, and then getting feedback for how to continue to improve them.
Yeah.
That's our strategy and our way of developing with players. If you are looking for a game that is only going to ship finished products without giving you a chance to really comment on them, which is the way you get finished, polished things, then that's not the game that we are. That's not the way that we do development. So, there are people that are just like, I just want ultra polish all the time, and that's what I'm looking for in a game. But that's not what we're doing at this phase of development. I think if the bands move up into the sides, it would look a little cleaner. I think we were talking about moving the bands over the chat window.
It's to the left-hand side is what I believe.
Yeah, to the left-hand side, I think was what we were where we were currently thinking. But we're definitely, I think it's kind of, it's also in like one of the brighter places on the background, so it's hard to look at. Like it's there's a lot of issues with where it's currently located. Now that the Godlike UI is in, is there another big update coming for anything else? Profile screen, maybe. We did update the profile screen to be we updated the code for it, so it should be much more performant than it was. It used to like freeze a lot when you went to that screen. It should be much better in this update. In terms of the next kind of UI priorities, I'm not quite ready to share that yet. We have a list of things that we want to be working on, but yeah, we do have a lot more features that we want. There's some performance things we need to go back to and clean up that aren't, are contributing to some of the performance issues that we're having. And yeah, those are kind of the things that we're focusing on right now.
Can we have Hinduman do a port god? Nope, we cannot do that because I have no clue how to port a god in. It'll be copy paste, and I don't even think that would work. Is the biggest issue, because if it was just easy enough to do that, I'm pretty sure if it got in the game, it would already be there by now. If it was just copy paste. But no, you won't get me doing that, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Some balance suggestions here. Just Typhon's Fang I'm seeing, and what was the other thing I saw there?
Turn Mike Typhon into an active item so it can target, because they want the AI to be more reliable.
Yeah,
is the request.
And I think we've already mentioned, like with Mike Typhon specifically and the work progress on there, we will get to probably see further improvements to AI for pets and stuff like that in the future. I know the teams have already discussed that in a couple of time talks.
What goals do we have for the game before full release? We've got a lot. There's just like a list of things that we want to continue to work through to make better and improve. I think that, I'm not going to kind of talk through the list, but
sure.
Generally speaking, there's like, we need to continue to make the new player experience better. We need to continue to improve the kind of like strategic depth and interestingness of the high-level gameplay, and make sure that Conquest is meeting the high standards that players have for it. And we need to just kind of increase the amount of content in the game. Are kind of like the main pillars. I would say that like we don't have once we check this box, the game is ready to ship, right? I think that our number one, it's really about like feel. Does the game feel like it has reached that point?
It's in a place where we feel we are in the right sort of spot to release this and then continue to. Here's the thing with a live service game, I guess, as well, in SMITE 1. It was always getting iterated on from SMITE 1. If you look at the original OG SMITE footage from Season 1 versus Season 7, it's a huge difference and jump in terms of where we started versus where we're at.
Yeah, the game will never be done,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just like,
but
when
beta,
do we reach the
there.
perception point where we feel like it has done, we've done the things that we want to do, and players would agree that it's not in beta anymore, right? That's kind of the big thing. Are we getting 2 gods in the January 13th update since there isn't a god on December 30th? No, because it's the holidays. And the reason why there's an extended update is because people are not going to be working for the week of Christmas and part of the week of New Year's. So in order to just continue on the same cadence, factoring in people's time off, we had to extend the patch cycle. So people are people, and they are allowed to have time off to celebrate with their families. Thank you for giving employees off. You're welcome. I see some people asking about the Neath card art.
I mean, it's not like we were expecting some conversation about that today with all the social drama around it.
I mean, I would say the art went through the same process that we go through for our other art. I have no reason to believe that, it was generated in any way. I find it amusing that people are like asking AI if
I saw that one now.
It's just like, I don't know. I understand that it is a different art style than we've normally done. But I think, from my perspective, it seems kind of like the community has latched onto something that there isn't any real facts behind. I feel like this is one of those things where if there are people who are so convinced that it doesn't matter what you say, right? It's like, if I come out and I'm like, guys, it's not AI, then people are gonna be like, you're lying because you're covering it up. And it's like that, people are just so intensely personally passionate about this that I feel like wading into the conversation at all just makes it worse and brings up people being upset about it because they feel a kind of way about it. But it went through the same process we normally do. We do outsource a lot of our art, but we outsource a lot of our art to people, and we follow the process that they're using and don't have reason to expect that this piece or other pieces were made using that technology. So that's all I can say. I'm not an artist, but hopefully that puts some people at ease. Osiris Aspect Alt is bugged and acts like normal cast when on quick cast.
Normal cast versus quick cast. Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Take a look at that.
The team. Obviously, the Osiris aspect just came out today, so if there is a couple of issues, it wouldn't surprise me. Not that we're trying to get issues, but it happens. Quick cast.
Is there an idea for when a brand new god drops? Are you planning on dropping them all after all SMITE 1 gods are ported? No, I would say we're probably not going to go through all SMITE 1 gods before we do another brand new god. I think we just felt like at this point in time, continuing a faster pace of classic SMITE 1 gods with +1s, with aspects, was better for the god roster, better for the game as a whole, than potentially, going a little bit slower to add all new gods.
Yeah.
Like I said, we do have some all new gods that are in various states of completion in the back end, not actively working on those at the moment because we're focused on, shipping these classic gods at a faster pace.
Yeah. And a lot of that was in tune with the community's request, which was for us to focus more on the gods getting ported over. So we've really got in and followed that through. It doesn't mean we're not going to look for other new gods in the future, but at the moment it's still focused on bringing in everyone's fan favorites that are still not in there.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but it's like I do feel like I've appreciated a lot of gods from Smite 1 that I never played very much as they've come over to Smite 2. Even just like this Loki aspect. Like I didn't play much Loki in Smite 1, and now I've been just playing Loki aspect nonstop because it's a fun new thing. So I think that there is still a lot that's new, even if the god looks the same.
No, I do think the aspects are definitely the +1 sometimes really help as well, but also the aspects themselves give you a bit of a twist on the character that you may not have enjoyed in Smite 1 as much, but maybe in 2 it gives you more of a sense. So there is a bit more flexibility, a bit more depth, I guess, of enjoyment of some of the returning gods.
Define fan favorite gods. Who all is still not in the game? So I think we're at like 69 gods right now. 68 gods right now. I don't know. We're right around there. And there were 130 gods in Smite 1. So there's definitely still, quite a few gods that we have left to chat. There's definitely still quite a few gods that we have left to bring over, but we are moving at a pretty damn fast pace. If you believe, whether you choose to agree or not, I will tell you that we are moving pretty quickly.
Somebody in chat says Basta. I do think Basta was she properly? I want to say
I have my most popular gods that we have not yet ported list.
Okay.
But actually I can't do it because I've taken out some of the gods that are already on the list. No, actually I can. Yeah,
because if you don't say the names, then they're like, well, they weren't popular or they're coming.
Yeah, that's fair. So where's my...
Maui is not in the game. Someone said, I miss Maui too, to be honest.
Yeah. Here. And there is there are technical concerns beyond just is God popular as to whether they're going to make it on the calendar,
sure.
Soon or next or whatever.
Popularity is definitely one thing we care about because obviously the more people that want a character, we would like to bring it in, but also there's back-end tech structure of stuff as well regarding things that are in their kits.
Okay, do you want to play a guessing game with me?
Sure, go on.
Do you want to try and guess So this is a. I'm going to give you the context behind this.
Yeah.
This is a synthetic number that is compiled from recent community surveys.
Okay. Where did we do these surveys? Because that'll help.
That were done by the community. So.
Okay. So like Reddit.
Intersect.
Yeah.
People that have done surveys.
Yeah.
Historical popularity. So popularity around the time that Smite 2 development started.
Yep.
And then current Smite 1 popularity in Conquest and Arena.
Okay.
So a synthetic metric factoring all those things in. What would you guess are the top? I'm only going to say the top 5.
You mean currently wanted gods that aren't in the game?
Yes, currently wanted gods that are not in the game, weighing those 5 metrics together. And this is not, chat, this is not us saying that these are the next 5 gods coming by any means. This is just from my metric.
Okay, I'm looking at the Smite 1 list real quick because I had to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go with a couple here. I'm going to say Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga is not in the top 5.
Atlas.
Atlas is, I don't think, in the top 5. Yes, he is not in the top 5. Goodness. He is probably top 10.
These are the most requested.
Combination of popularity plus community request.
I'm trying not to look at chat either because
they might have they have a couple of good guesses.
Rat.
Ratatoskr is top 10, but not quite top 5.
Okay. So Rats, I'm looking for the top 5 here. Tier. OG tier.
Also top 10, not quite top 5.
I'm trying to think of all the ones in roles that you saw in the earlier days. I was like, man, I missed that. Is there a lot of the gods released like season 9, season 10-ish?
There's a couple newer gods.
Yeah, because I want to say a lot of those.
Older gods
I want to say a lot of the season 8 up. I feel like there's a lot that people are like, hey, we want these. And there's still a lot before that. Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh, top 20 for sure, but not top.
Gilgamesh, top 50. It's not going too bad. Cuchulainn.
Cuchulainn he's towards the top, but he's not in the top 5.
Charon.
Charon, also not in the top 5.
How much list have we got? Discordia.
Discordia is in the top 5.
Okay, mate, I got one. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Hebo.
No, not Hebo.
Hebo's not in there.
Hebo. No.
People don't like Hebo. Well, I mean, nobody likes playing. Sorry, nobody likes playing against Hebo, but they love playing it.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
You gotta help me out now.
Okay,
I tried. Sorry, chat.
The most popular in this computed metric that's not currently in the game, actually, Surtur.
Surtur.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hugely popular in terms of play rate. And across every mode and every skill level, people just love him, and he is generally pretty somewhat highly requested on community service.
Interesting.
As well.
I wasn't aware of that one for sure. I wouldn't have expected that.
Number 2 on my list, again just with this metric, is Cthulhu. You would expect,
yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
Number 3 was Discordia, as you mentioned.
Okay.
Number 4 is Morgan Le Fay.
Forgot about Morgan Le Fay.
Very popular. Again,
definitely big mid laners.
One of those that's probably community requested, but also just incredibly popular.
Yep.
And kind of a surprise. Actually, I'm going to give you a 5 and 6 being they're pretty close in terms of the number. Are Apwash.
Yeah.
And Scotty.
And Scotty. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll get those. Those are just from that metric.
What about Xing Tan?
Xing Tan, I think he's a little bit further down. He's a little bit further down. He's
I'm intrigued about Xing Tan.
30th on that list. But
really? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
interesting.
Just kind of an interesting look maybe at some of the more popular gods that are not yet. Because people are like, I'm waiting on my main, and we try to think of who are the mains that are out there that are most likely to get more people to start playing the game if they were to come over, right?
Sure.
So that's some of them.
Yeah, crazy when you think about it. I just realized Surtur was 2024 release as well.
Yeah.
When you think about it. That's why I'm like, wow, that's he's been so high on the list.
He just was all from the point of his release, he was the most popular or second most popular warrior by a lot. And then also just towards the top of popularity. People want the bottom 5? Oh geez.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe I can do that.
Yeah, you want to try and guess the bottom 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is not us saying that these are late to come over, right?
This is not to say that they won't come over, and this is not to say we're just discussing the bottom 5 off a random thing. This is
a random computed metric that may or may not actually be
Nike.
No, I know that you're just a Nike hater.
I just hope she's down there.
Yeah.
Freya.
Freya is bottom 5.
Persephone.
No.
I knew she wasn't going to be. I just want to say a name because I'm just going through the scum gods here. In my opinion. Because it's all opinionated.
I would say some of these are...
Who else would I hate to see? It's more personal take. Naja? Where's Naja?
Naja is more popular.
Yeah, I was going to say he should be. Nox.
No, Nox is quite popular.
Yeah, of course.
She's also hated, but she's very popular.
She's hated, but she's popular. Yeah. Least popular.
Yeah.
Least popular.
In this, again, it's a computed metric of community survey plus historical popularity plus current popularity in Conquest and Arena.
Camazotz.
Camazotz is the least popular.
Made it. I did it. Yeah. I got 2. I'll take 2. Go on, give me the others. I don't
want the other ones.
I'll stay here all day otherwise.
Set.
I did have him in my
hard to play.
Yeah.
Very hard to play.
Tricky character.
And Chernobog, which is interesting because at one point in time he was relatively popular, but just not in demand right now.
Interesting.
And then Bakasura.
I just saw one on the list too. Kumbhakarna.
Kumbhakarna is actually kind of
is he?
For a Guardian, he's
yeah, okay. I mean, Guardians do get a little bit more love for the CC, the frustrating CC they bring, I will say.
Yeah. So anyway, that's again, by one metric. It's not the only thing that we look at when we're deciding what we're bringing over, but that was a document that I knew how to easily pull up.
It was a good idea. Just go through real quick.
How is Bake not in the bottom 5? People actually kind of like Bake Kujira. I know he's a meme, but he's
was
always
something
been like
different too,
moderately popular. People have fun playing him. He's really easy, which, like it does matter for popularity. So if a character is popular in terms of play rate, even if they're not necessarily popular in terms of community rate, the way that math was done, they would be, kind of mid-tier. They wouldn't be like...
I mean, you get to play a whale, Like, that's just something that's kind of out there where you're like, we're playing a whale?
Just splashing around.
I feel that's like kind of like Cthulhu in a weird way,
Yeah.
So...
the Return of the Whale, yeah. He's a meme, yeah. His hello is great. I don't know how he says hello, but I can't remember. I haven't played him in so long. Do we have statistics of Mastery 10s? We do. I don't have it handy, but we do know like how many people got to like top mastery levels for gods in SMITE.
Certain characters, yeah.
I want to say like Afro and Hell were the two most mastery. Well, other than Neath. Like Neath,
Afro, Hell, Neath,
Nuwa probably were top four.
I want to like add like Ra to that for sure. Just
Maybe
because,
he's old.
Especially the OG gods have definitely been around so long that a lot of people would have stars on them. However, I will say it's more ladies of the game that have like higher masteries, in my opinion.
Yeah. Can we make Guan's 3 crit? I mean, I am a Guan enjoyer, but
I'm not a Guan enjoyer that much. I don't think anyone would be.
I don't think anybody would enjoy that.
Crit in your face. I don't know about that one. I can ask the devs though. I'll see what Pod and Clumsy think about it. But I'm pretty sure they'll tell me why are you asking this. I'm like, it was requested or suggested.
Oh, how's Yorm doing after buffs? Don't you have some balance things that you want to talk about?
I mean, we don't have balance. I brought in a couple of data points because people asked them for them last time. Okay, let's not play the game of where are they on the list right now. But for you, because you just played me this game, we could do this. What would you? I'll look over some stats real quick of how well a god is doing. I'm just going to take it with ranked. We're going to take it with high level ranked. Okay. Are we going to talk aspect, non-aspect, or both together? I can do all of them. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. So I'm just trying to guess. Like
we could do the top. We could do the top 5 or the bottom 5. What would you prefer? What would chat prefer? You want to hear the top 5 gods, or you want to talk about the bottom 5 of who's doing well?
Actually performing well in ranked. Oh God, I'm gonna act like an idiot now. Let's start with the bottom 5.
Okay. Should we do this based off aspect, non-aspect, or both?
I would say just put them together.
Put them together.
Okay. If that's because I'm not going to be able to.
And we're looking for worst rates. Okay. I'm just not going to share the screen on. Okay. Because a lot of data in here. However, I did collect it all for us. So what do you think the worst 5 performing characters are in ranked at a high level? And by high level.
Wait. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about high level.
By high level, I'm going to clear this up, right? Just real quick for the data point. I'm going to class this from like Plat 1 up, okay? Some people will not say Plat 1 up is a high level. I understand. But that's the data I'm using for this point of view here, okay? Just to be clear.
I'm going to guess... my first guess for the bottom 5 we're doing, right?
Bottom 5.
I'm going to guess Athena.
And this is, just to be clear, it's overall win rate, So it's based off like how well they're doing in the game win rate wise with either aspect or non-aspect. So combine those 2 numbers together.
Okay.
So you got Athena with aspect and Athena without aspect.
Yeah.
But you combine it together, is she in the bottom 5?
I'm guessing yes.
No. Athena. Let's see where she is.
Okay.
I'm going to say she's probably higher up than expected.
Yeah, my problem is I'm not good enough to be in this ELO bracket. So I don't know. I would say...
Top 34 for
Top
Athena.
34. Okay.
Yes. What a great start. I just did that to you. So.
I would say, what about... See, this is high skill level players. If this was just all players, I would say like a Wheelish would be in there. Because I know that a Wheelish has been underperforming a lot recently.
A Wheelish still is in there.
Still is in there. Okay.
Yep. On the both one right now, a Wheelish is on the lower end. And for context for this as well, I just want to point this out too. When we talk about win rates, like... in people's opinions, the point of balance is a 50% win ratio.
Yeah.
You play a game with a god, and on average, you should win one of two. That's what people, in theory, believe the point of balance would be. You win a game or you lose a game.
Yeah.
Yep, and you should be winning around the same. It will be a couple of percent higher or lower. But a Wheelix at the moment
Don't give the actual
I'm not going to. Okay. I wasn't that crazy. Come on. I've been around a little bit longer. But a Wheelix is in the bottom 5. She's currently 4th from bottom at the moment.
Okay.
This data was run a couple of days ago, just as a heads up too, so it's not like live today. But who else do you think's on there?
I'm generally my brain goes to like hard gods, right? So
Sure.
I'm going to say like the Morrigan is maybe there.
Morrigan, no, not in the bottom.
Okay.
Not in the bottom 10. I believe it's because Morrigan players, the ones that are really hardcore,
not
play
played
really
that
well.
much, but played very okay.
Yeah.
Like my brain also goes to again like Aladdin is really strong in the hands of good players, but
Not in the bottom.
Not in the bottom.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick check of chat as you're thinking there, just to see. Chat's not really getting it either. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah. This is
I'll give you currently the leastly performing character is Bari.
Bari, really? Okay.
things,
I knew that we
Bari.
buffed her recently because she wasn't doing well, but that's interesting to hear.
Osiris is a little bit low at the moment. He's just come out.
Yeah.
But obviously the data's not all there, so it's showing that Osiris is down there, Wheelix and Hercules.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is quite surprising to see Herc so far down. I do want to compare that real quick to non-aspect just because everyone's going to blow up at me about that one going, wait a second, Hercules.
Wow, that's crazy.
He can't be down there. How much difference is it? Actually, no, it's on point. Yep, Hercules struggling a little bit there.
Okay.
Everyone's like, Hercules? What? Yep.
That's crazy. Top 5.
Okay. Same rules?
Same rules.
Go for it.
My guess, I got to say Merlin's probably top 5, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Neath?
Nope.
I don't know. Could it be... who's good right now? Jeez, you threw me off such a
Straight
loop.
away just because...
Just shooting down my first two. Yeah, I mean, like, I know that it could be still I don't know.
The best... I don't want to say the best, because they'll just get clipped. And it's like, there you go. The best performing character in the game with aspect or non-aspect at the moment is Xbalanque.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just wasn't thinking...
For the fans at home that are going to go, see, we know he's strong... His non-aspect is doing better than his aspect, even though a lot of people have been complaining about his aspect.
Okay.
But his aspect has just been nerfed as well. However, Xbalanque is the most potent.
Yeah.
Second one is crazy.
Second one is crazy.
Yeah, just because it was someone that always comes up and people discussed it forever that needed buffs. Very passionate fans in chat. That
Oh God, is it Mulan?
It's Mulan.
You Mulan enjoyers, you've done
Mulan enjoyers, number 2 right now.
Jeez,
Yep.
brutal.
And I think obviously with Mulan as well, we've just seen way more play of her now as well, which is really interesting. But God's going out of vogue as well in terms of metas and stuff. So
Is Danza in the top 5?
no.
Okay.
I'll find out where he is for you though, just out of interest.
Because I feel like he just has so much random damage.
Just a little bit lower than Athena.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I have poor game sense, I guess.
Just a little bit lower than
Who else in the top 5?
Let's see if chat has mentioned. I'll say he's male and he's a jungler. Is the next one.
Oh,
Third.
Tsukiyomi?
Nope.
No. Merc? No.
Yes.
Really?
You got it. Mercury is in the top.
Oh, so
3
that's why
right
Kabir
now.
carried so hard today.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering why he popped off so bad, but yeah, Mercury surprisingly is higher up on that list.
Okay, let's get some hits for the next one.
Mage.
Mage. Okay.
Mage or carry?
Mage or carry? Soul?
Nope.
Zeus?
Nope.
Who else is a mage or carry?
Chat's got it already.
Chat's already got Agni? Oh, I thought we already said it wasn't Agni. Okay, that was the only reason why I didn't. Okay, never mind.
When did I say it wasn't Agni?
I thought I said the chat said Agni and you said no, but I.
Oh, no, I didn't say you said
Okay,
Agni there.
all right.
No. Agni's number 4.
Okay.
And then the next one, top 5. So actually, I think I've actually got a team comp to an extent here. So Xbalanque 1, Mulan 2, Mercury 3,
Yeah.
Agni 4.
And now it's a solo laner, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to class Mulan as support for this, okay? Just for this one. So solo laner 4, 5. But technically, she can support too, I guess. And she can probably jungle as well.
It's Bologna?
It is Bologna.
Bologna,
top
geez.
5. That's
Okay.
current. But by current this week, where we've run a report for the last couple of weeks, that's kind of what we're looking at the moment of where gods are doing well or doing well or not doing so
Yeah.
well. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get buffed or nerfed, just to be clear, as this is combining both aspects. For example, I guess if I just check my data real quick out of it.
Yeah, because sometimes like one can be really high and one can be lower, and it can
Yeah. Bologna with aspect is solid.
That was a fun game.
Bologna without aspect is higher.
Bologna without aspect is doing better. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's kind of the point of view. So, we could do more of this in the future as well, where we can have a little look over. Maybe I can get some more data points if chat gets some good ideas for stuff that we can go through as well. So,
yeah, fun little game.
Fun little game. Hi, well, do you reckon it's on the list or not? Yeah. Makes sense. Guys, one question. All I am asking, could you give me an estimate of when Ao Kuang could be here? Earliest next year. That's what I'll give you.
Yeah, because we've said that we've told you who the next two gods are, and then the gods after that are 3 female gods. So earliest then would be sometime next year.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not more than
that. Intersex scribbling furiously in the background. He's like, oh, this will be a good video today.
It's going to sit there. Yep. I actually do try and watch as many of the like created ones that people do where they recap the shows. Intersect does a good job with it. Yeah. Sometimes he'll get me slightly off and I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean that. I do have to touch base on it. Or like just, messaging of what goes on in there. I feel like I'm cheated though, because we have to sit here for an hour and like 5 minutes and I'm like, man, that's great.
Yeah, but he has to do the editing and we just get to sit here and bullshit.
True.
So I had one here. We need a way to equip cosmetics for all gods simultaneously. Having to go through 50 plus gods is a hassle nobody wants.
That's fair.
I agree. This is on the list of UI features.
Right.
It's always just a prioritization thing. There's a lot of UI features that we want to do that we think would improve the game, either would help people retain better or would help the game monetize better or would just be quality of life things. And it's just a constant struggle of like, how do we prioritize the thing that we think will have the most impact on the game's core metrics right now. So it's one of the things we want to do. It just, needs to rise to the top of.
I guess it's also the case that the UI team is currently looking at lobbies.
Yeah.
So once we're, feel comfortable with lobbies, then I expect to see them look elsewhere.
Yep.
There's always going to be a list of things.
I literally just asked your question that you reposted.
I've noticed that more and more as we've done these, that people just like, they will, and this isn't to be upset with me, it gets a little frustrating when you like answer the question and then like, I'm going to spam it for the next 25 minutes still.
Brutal. Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
The UI team is great. Maybe we'll get Emma to come back on again someday.
Yeah,
that was a fun show.
Down to, for sure.
Will the game be brought to the Switch too, since it has more processing power? Currently, we don't have any plans to bring it to Switch 2. We don't have a development agreement to do that. I believe I don't know if I can actually say. I believe we may have a dev kit somewhere in the studio for a studio that is not directly us, in the building for a studio that is not directly us.
A sister.
Yeah, for a sister studio. But I think that like part of the problem behind Switch was the certification process for them was much more difficult. And I don't mean like they looked more, it was just, it took longer. Mm-hmm. And like going on Switch actually slowed down the cadence we were able to patch SMITE 1. I don't know if you guys remember, we used to patch SMITE 1 every 2 weeks. And we had to switch to patching once a month when we went on Switch because it takes so long to go through certification. So,
do I like Lancelot? Not really. That's my answer to that.
Okay.
Unless I'm playing Ymir, I just throw a wall up and then I don't mind him.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
Dude, I had like the best Cabrakan wall in playtests yesterday. It was so good. Yeah. There was like
my brain kind of fried then. When
it was so good.
I can't say. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Fenrir had picked somebody up and was trying to like run away with them, and I like Cabrakan walled and he was stuck. It was great.
Caught in the way.
Yeah. When can Captain Art Lead Man come back on? I believe you're talking about Ben. Ben will definitely be on the
October
Halloween
31st guaranteed. Well, but by guaranteed, he accepted the invitation for October 31st to come on the show, and he'll look over the artwork that we're going to be showcasing from the community competition. So expect to have the October 31st show featuring Ben, and we can definitely go over some art questions there.
Mm-hmm. Can we make Ymir Wall attack enemies that are close?
What?
You want the wall to attack?
But that would mean like an inanimate object is coming to life. I mean, I'm intrigued by the idea. Don't get me wrong. That'd be cool for terror walls, right? Like the vines come out or something like that. But then you don't want me making balanced decisions. I just put crazy stuff in. You got Scardy Ice last time.
Scardy Ice. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I do. Spiked wall. Yeah, that's fair. Spiked wall could be cool.
Yeah, running into the wall does damage. Make a mirror wall execute. Look, it's Kyle with the solution. Yeah. Any news on API? No updates. I know. I wish I had more of an update, but I don't have an update. I'm sorry. Does the booster from the Wandering Market Chest even work? I got one, and it didn't add it to my current boost. They do work. I believe they should be adding to your current boost, but there's something weird there. They are a 3-day boost. They're not a 30-day boost.
Yeah.
The ones that you roll. So
I am aware of a display issue of the boost, though, in client. Just so you know, I've already been talking to the team about that, but there's a little display issue that's not necessarily showing how long your boost is for once you get it from the booster. If you buy it, if you've got the normal, the normal boost, if you buy it the normal way, it does display, but at the moment it's not displaying, so people aren't very aware. I am working with the team on that. I forgot to mention that to somebody today, is where I'm like, yes, we're aware of it.
People are talking about it being a 3-day weekend. It's not a 3-day weekend, is it? Or maybe it is in some parts of the world. I don't know.
European, right?
Is it a European 3-day weekend? Is it a bank,
I don't know.
a bank holiday? Is that what they call them?
In the UK, they are called bank holidays. Yeah. You know why? Because the banks close.
That's nice.
So the bank holiday. Yep.
And
not always, but yeah.
It's Columbus Day. Rocky says Columbus Day.
We're not French, though, right? Oh, you're Americans. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Fun. Columbus Day.
Columbus Day. Okay. Canada has Thanksgiving on Monday. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving for Monday, Canadians. I prefer the Canadian version just because it's a little bit earlier than the American version of Thanksgiving. That's all I'm going to say.
Can you get my personal stats on live to see if I am worse on Hunter or something else?
I technically could, but I'm not going to share my live stats.
But I almost certainly am worse on Hunter.
Was that giving your live stats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just want my specific, so they can make fun of me. You know.
That's classic. That any given game. You're only as good as your last game. Just want to remind everybody of that, like every single game you go in. That's why when you get in a new game and you fed last game, everyone's like, man, you're bad, and then you can pop off.
Famously, Columbus's last words were, I hope Smite 2 gets double worshippers. That's a great post. That's a good one. Thumbs up on that one.
I was going to mention, I know the 2 times, like when we get more worshippers, we can just do this live for the most part. It's either when we release Ice this weekend or Halloween weekend. Yeah, I'm going to get demonetized for that. We don't monetize these anyway, just that. But yes, I am old school, and I want to color ISIS from the deepest, darkest of my region the whole time. ESET.
I was like actually kind of opposed to changing your name when we changed it. Because I was like, F these guys. Like, I mean, we were using this name first. Well, I mean, technically, the ancient Egyptians were using this
exactly. It was her name.
It's like, why should she have to change her name? But then I was just like, oh, man, it's just so affecting people that are getting demonetized over this that I guess we'll change it. But
that's true.
I mean, I think it was the right call just because it was so hard to make content about the game if she was in the match or whatnot. But
so go back to it. 2 times weekend, ESET release weekend, or Halloween the weekend after?
Probably people are like doing things for Halloween weekend and don't want to be playing. It's my guess. Like, you can go out with your buddies.
Why not both?
Oh, yeah, you have time to do both. Oh, you mean make Double Worshipper for both weekends?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that could be fun. We'll think about it.
Kilgoon will shot me afterwards if we do that. Now. What are we doing? Giving him 1 2 times. Oh, now chat's going. Okay. Well, you get both. You don't get nothing for Christmas. That's what I'm going to say. I'm Scrooge, okay? I give with one hand and I take away with another, okay? We'll get back to you on the 2 times weekend.
We'll get back to you. Yeah.
But expect it around the next update.
It's not going to be this weekend because we don't have anything prepared to like tell people that it's going to happen this weekend.
It's Friday and
it's Friday.
Yeah.
So.
But we will do one soon. We may time it right.
Yeah.
However, you do get a both weekend, then you ain't getting Christmas. I'll guarantee you now. You can all get on Reddit and be upset about it.
Relic upgrades. Yeah, I think that that's something that people have requested. Yeah. We did incorporate some of the aspects of the upgrades into the base relics, I believe, for at least some of them. Because I know like Aegis is actually Aegis of Acceleration. It's not just like normal Aegis.
Yeah.
And we generally saw that like most of the time for relics, one of the upgrades was selected like 90% of the time. And the other one was relatively unpopular. So I would say it's something that we could do. I think we would have to do some work to make it interesting, to upgrade them. And I'm not sure if that work is more interesting than, like, everything is cool in a world where you have infinite time, but we do not have infinite time, right? So it's like, if I say, okay, I can either do relic upgrades, I can do starter upgrades, or I can do new items just in general to help flesh out some missing bits of the thing, like, what makes the most sense, right? And those are the kind of decisions that we have to make eternally with every time we're doing anything, because it's like, we just don't have time to do everything, right? And no team, no matter how big, has time to do everything they absolutely want to do.
For sure.
That's I think it's a thing that could make the game better, but is it the thing that will make the game the most better? Now people want 200 times.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not
guys,
respond.
this is not. Yeah,
that's a lot of stars. I wonder if is there a cap on how many stars you can get? If anyone would know, it might be mythology.
I don't think there is. I think it just keeps scaling infinitely.
There's always a point. There's always a point.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that at some point, like, you would overflow the.
That's what I'm saying.
Integer
visually, you can't
whatever.
see that new star that appeared or it didn't appear.
Yeah,
because he just run out of star population.
Well, no, I'm thinking more like, if I don't know what type of variable stores your, because like basically like you can like Stack Overflow things. Where it's like it's like a 64-bit integer is 32,000 something whatever, right? I'm probably wrong. I've not thought about computer science in a very long time. So there probably is some max integer value that you could overflow it with, but I think it works up until then. Rocky in here with the answer.
Wait, what do you have? What is
the answer is, oh God, I have to figure this out. That's billion, I believe. 2,147,000. No,
there is a max.
2,147,483,647.
Okay.
Is the maximum. So get to grinding.
Do you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. This is what, 2025. If you hit, as a player, that max, I will give you everything in the game. I will unlock everything in the game permanently for you. Because that is just impossible. There's no way. That is
incredible.
There's no way.
Yeah.
New challenge unlocked.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway.
I hear that Quick Play Joust is doing great. Can we please confirm that when the game full release, will there be Rank Joust? So that was a sneaky question to try and get that rank question back in again. Rank Joust. Once again,
every show.
At the moment, it's not something we have intention of doing at the moment.
Yeah. It was not very popular in SMITE 1. It's something that we're aware of the community demand for, but we don't have a firm plan for it at the moment.
It's a good point. We now need Hinderman's offer as a Steam achievement. If we put it as a Steam achievement, that makes it even more interesting.
That's brutal. What god has the most stars earned in SMITE history? Almost certainly Neath. Just because.
You sure? Yeah. Okay.
Neath is so overwhelmingly popular.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to talk about.
That's fair.
Like, person with the most stars on account that has the most stars on a god. I think it was a Hell player that had the most stars on an account in SMITE 1. But in terms of like overall stars earned on a god, I'm pretty sure it's Neath. Plans on god leaderboards. Yeah, I think that like one of the areas that we know that we need to get in eventually is like better in-game stats, better like god leaderboards, all of that kind of it's not really like meta progression, but it's like it lets you see how you're performing and feel like you're improving and all of that kind of stuff. It's definitely on the long list of UI things that we can be doing. So it's something that we want to do, but just as I can't tell you when it's going to rise to the very top of the UI priority list. What god do you have the most stars on?
Geb.
Geb?
Yeah.
Sylvanas.
I think it's still Geb. I think it was 9 is what I got to in SMITE 1. SMITE, I'm only at 1 star. Oh, no, maybe 2 now on Geb.
Yeah.
But I've not played him as much lately. we nerfed him too much. He wasn't fun to play, and the meta just didn't dictate it. So I ended up just gravitating to playing Ymir a ton.
Yeah.
Just lately. I think Ymir's really just solid all around.
He is. He's quite good. What is your spiciest Smite take or gaming take?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so open-ended. The more open-ended the question, the harder it is to answer.
Spiciest is just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it as like an old head. I mean, we're both old heads in here, but like, I was born before the NES appeared on the scene. So like seeing the evolution of video games is crazy, and like a lot of people don't realize how good we have it these days in terms of video games and the quality in so many regards. Not necessarily not the games we produce, just gaming in general. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to go from the bit systems we once did to where we're at now. And online video games, for example, too. Like being able to compete with people around the world wherever they're located.
Yeah, it's wild.
Versus your buddy down the street who his mum will let out of the house to come to your house to play at the machine because he doesn't own one.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the craziness of gaming in general.
Yeah. And like games being free now, it's like such a change. Yep. I'll say my spiciest gaming industry take is that I think that this current like obsession with really hard games is like a counter reaction to games being way too easy for a long time, but the correct path is somewhere in the middle. Yeah. I think that this current like people are complaining that like gaming isn't growing right now just as a hobby, and it's because all of the best games that have come out in the past like 5 years are incredibly difficult, right? And it's like people aren't buying these incredibly difficult games at a huge like gap because they're like they hear that these games are really hard and they're like, well, I wouldn't be able to do it, you know. This is a maybe a little too like insight into my life, but my mom plays a lot of video games, right? And my mom is obviously older because she's older than me, you know, so that would make her older.
I'd hope she was older than you. That's a good start. Yep.
And it's like she really loved playing games for a long time, and like most of the big like cool games that have come out over the past like 5 years, she's like, I just can't play them. I can't, like, I get stuck on like the first or second boss, and I'm just like, you know. And it's like, yeah, she's like older, but she wants to enjoy these things and she likes everything else about the experience. Just the difficulty is like pushing away potential gamers from enjoying the hobby that we love.
Yeah, I think it's the competitive side of the game is right, or the people that want to prove that they're good because they can do the harder achievements and things.
Yeah. And I think that like this gatekeeping, like people are like, sounds like somebody's bad at Dark Souls. Like, dude, I've beaten like Lies of P several times. Like, I'm not. It's not that I am bad at video games. It's that I think that by making video games that are really hard, that are catered to the hardcore people that participate in Reddit and, you know, are in the chat today, you know, like I think that by just having that be the default for good new games, it just alienates a lot of potential gamers that could really like it. I don't think games need to be easy, but I think that they should just be like in the middle of this current really hard, hard version. So anyway, Lies of P crossover win. Good game. I don't have a crossover date in mind, but it's a good game. If you sort the gods by mastery, they're sorted alphabetically in their mastery instead of the amount of worshippers. That does sound like a bug and something that we should take a look at.
I'll make a quick note. I'm actually just in the client now, so I'm going to check just to be like, okay, does it do that?
Thank you.
It sorts alphabetically, not by
number of worshippers is what the report is.
Yeah.
It is doing that.
Yep.
Okay. We'll take a look.
There's also the pinned option to pin your gods to the top if you don't know about that one. Some people don't really use it. Actually, wait, is it doing that? Am I crazy? Hang on. I got to unpin gods. I've got pinned gods up here. That's my issue.
All right.
Because now I'm like, wait a second. This doesn't make sense.
It is 2 p.m.
Okay.
So as you're looking at that,
yes,
I'm just going to say that it is time for one more question.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Celsius Live Fit Tropical Vibe Sparkling Starfruit Pineapple Edition today.
And I'm drinking a hint. I want to call it mint all the time because I'm lazy at reading. Lemon Zest Freeze. And as you mentioned earlier, it does have vanilla.
Just a little bit of vanilla.
It's got it on the packaging.
Oh, does it say it on the
packaging? Yeah, I didn't realize it did.
I was surprised because I was like, oh, lemony. That sounds good.
It does appear.
I think it's trying to taste like the... I don't know how to say it. LaCroix.
I mean, I don't know if that's the real name of it, but it looked French to me, so I joked with my wife, and now we just call it LaCroix.
Yeah, and it's they have like a limoncello flavor, which is vanilla-y for some reason because like limoncello is not vanilla-y, but I think that's trying to copy that flavor.
It's nicknamed Spicy Water in our house.
Can I say the name of this drink 5 times fast? No, I started reading it and I was like, oh my God, it's so long. I just have to keep reading. What happened to the in-game solo? It wasn't a cash cup. Solo Q cup was what it was.
The solo Q cup. So obviously I got given the responsibility of the solo Q cup stuff to investigate and go with. At the moment, this is not something I was waiting to give more of an update on this to confirm, but it doesn't look like it's going to be something we're going to be able to pull the trigger on this year. We will investigate further on. Being real with you, the idea of the solo Q cup does sound fantastic, but the amount of back-end work to make it feel worthwhile for the player is where I'm struggling with, and also the time zones and stuff like that of making this a regular thing. So this is something that we will potentially investigate again in the future, but it's not anything on the radar just now. I apologize for not giving more of an update before today on that, but it isn't something that we're going to not do ever, but it is something that's going to be further down the line at this point, is kind of where we stand.
And I picked my question. I got you to answer it. So
you did.
Success.
You did. Thanks for that one. Can you add the Tier Convention 2015 badge like all the other convention skins, Kilgoon?
Is that the only one that doesn't have a badge?
I don't know. Maybe there's more. If it is the only one, that is surprising.
Maybe. It might be... It might be more difficult than it sounds, though. Like, making the badge would be easy, but getting it to pipe from SMITE that you owned this thing and deserve the badge might be a challenge. That's the only one that we missed. I'm going to say it's probably more work than it sounds like, and it might not be something that we do, but we can take a look at it. Tier Convention 2015 is the one that we missed.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll take a look. Sorry about that.
We'll take a look. Well, okay, it is after 2 now. We do have to go away and get on with some other works today, but we appreciate you all hanging out with us on Titan Talk today. Next week, you'll see updates of ESET.
Yeah, busy week next week.
Coming for the updates. Yeah. What else is...
Well, I mean, we got ESET. We got new Conquest feature. Mm-hmm. We've got...
The new Conquest, I keep forgetting about.
Yeah.
If I have, but
we've got other stuff in the update. I don't know if this one's going to be like a huge update other than the Conquest feature plus New God, but that's still a pretty damn big update.
Sure.
So, but a lot of our UI stuff kind of came out in this update and then it's polishing, so maybe not a big UI patch. But there's a lot of stuff that is in the works, and I'm excited to talk about what we can talk about next week.
But over the weekend, obviously, enjoy SMITE. We've got Osiris Aspect live now. Make sure if there's any issues you see there, send it to SMITE 2 Bugs, and we'll make sure we take a look at it. I know we've had 1 or 2 already come in today.
Oh, yeah, chat's reminding us there is also an aspect for another god in next week's update. So we haven't said exactly what it is, but there was a leak, so everybody kind of knows. So
what, King Arthur in the PTS? Is that what you're talking about?
No, no, an aspect.
It's not really like, I'm just like, what? There's always leaks of random stuff that aren't necessarily true. But there's an aspect coming next week too. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you all on the battleground. Goodbye.